Hey everybody. So, I'm going to talk to you guys about something that I know pretty well that each one of you is probably affected by. Um and that is the work that you get to do at your job. People tend to think that a job, once you get hired, you work for a big company and you learn. And you kind of learn a lot. And that's true. You do learn and you do kind of see new things here and there. And then, but what ends up happening after a while is basic stagnation. The the progress, the learning, and all that, it just goes flat line, right? So when I joined a company, this is when I was just starting off, and um, they kind of exposed me to to all of their code base, and everything that they had built in the company, how they had built, in what way, the thought process, the hurdles they had gone through and all that. So we spoke about that, and it was pretty good. It was interesting to kind of just look at the whole journey. And yeah, then I kind of became part of the team properly, and started to work with the other guys, which is all good. That's all good. And then fast forward 2 years, 3 years, and then I kind of realized, like, there's not much to learn here. I mean, I know everything there is, about the system, how they build the system. um as you guys know, I kind of like to document things a lot, so I did that as well. And like, there is nothing much to learn after 3 years. And it's just the same system, um similar bugs, same questions, talking about the similar things in all the meetings and all that stuff. And so you kind of end up thinking, where am I going, like, what direction am I going in my career? And then you can change the company, and then you join the new company. You kind of sort of, it's the same cycle. You join the new company, similar things happen after a while, right? I think we all know that it that's what happens after a couple of months, after a year. Once you understand everything, you learn everything. The sometimes the bugs are different, they're edge cases, and they'll make you think. But a lot of times it's small things, because the system is stable and all that. So you kind of, again, you kind of go flat line in terms of learning. And this happens to me, and it happens to everybody. I mean, it's not a secret that these things happen. And so what I ended up realizing as of late is that the company is not there to teach you. It's not their job. They don't care. They want to pay you as little as possible. They want to get as much work out of you as possible. But it's, at the end of the day, it's just work. It's not. How should I put this? There is not much of good faith and sort of looking after you kind of thinking from company side. I mean, you'll all you can, you'll give all you can from your end. You'll work longer hours, but from company side, there is not really much incentive to kind of help you grow, help your career, make you learn new things, send you for trainings and all that stuff. They don't care. So I think this is something that all of us need to realize, that companies don't care about you. And maybe a lot of times, what ends up happening, it's a funny thing. Each time you get a raise, each time company treats you well, and pays you a little bit extra, sends you for good training, conferences and all that, each time you get a bonus or something, you kind of you think, oh, the company suddenly cares. But they don't. It's just part of the game, and they want to keep you around. They don't want you to kind of progress outside the company. They don't want you to learn new things, and none of that. Unfortunately, that's the case. They're not our or your or whatever um um people close to us, right? They're just a company. They'll replace you tomorrow. And so what I tend to do now, and I, not now, just I've been doing this for a while. I realize you're not gonna learn a lot at the company. And if you look at something, you you want to experiment with a project, you want to experiment with the technology, something you would like to do. Unfortunately, you do have to do that in your own time, right? Whether that's after work, whether that's early in the morning, where is, I don't know, in your lunch, and there is no other way around it, unfortunately, and that's the way it goes. That's the way it's gone forever anyway. But yeah, that's the thing. That's the only reason I've made this video. If you guys are sort of in the same boat as I am, I had a full-time job, do you do your job, but you gotta put the hours in, extra hours in, after the job, before the job, whenever you can, to learn new things, because those are the things that are gonna make difference in your career later on. Okay, because you being in a company is already checked off. Okay, you're in the company, you can update your CV, so that part is done. When the new employer looks at that, that's good, that's done. But what else are you doing after that? In addition to that, the first checkbox is done. I need experience, I want to work for a company, but that's done. You can add that to your CV. But in addition to that, learning new things, experimenting new things, learning how to talk in interviews, learning maybe a different language that you can talk to employer about. Oh, I'm interested in this and all that stuff. Those sort of things need a little bit more attention as well. And I think people who do that kind of feel more confident outside their company as well. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting idea. Companies are not there to teach you, to help you progress in any way.